بر محمد وعلی محمد صلوات.
Jazakallah, as usual, Brother Mohsin Ali Latak. Please recite the loud salawat for his Sayyid and Salamti. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Once again, I'd like to welcome you all on Eid-e-Mubahila at Islamic Center of MOMIN. Alhamdulillah, we're blessed to have this program organized, and our next reciter, you all know him. He is the voice of, you can say, MOMIN. Now I'm going to request Brother Aulad Hussain Abadi to come and recite the Mankabat. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
درود پڑھ لیجیے. یہ مولا علی کی منقبت ہے. اس مناسب سے مباہلہ کے تعلق سے تو ہمیں کچھ نہیں، تو میں یہ ہمارے سبت جعفر صاحب کا کلام ہے، میں اس کے پاس 12 کا سلوا دوں. عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. سینوں میں یہ نور بسانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. سینوں میں یہ نور بسانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. اللہ محمد اور علی نے جب چاہے یہ کام کیا. اللہ محمد اور علی نے جب چاہے یہ کام کیا. مغرب سے سورج پلٹانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. مغرب سے سورج پلٹانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. امن کی حالت میں تو شاید نیند کا بس چل جائے، مگر امن کی حالت میں تو شاید نیند کا بس چل جائے، مگر موت کے بستر پر سو جانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. موت کے بستر پہ سو جانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. سینوں میں یہ نور بسانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں. اہل بیت کا دعویٰ ہے اور انہیں پہ سجدہ ججتا ہے. اہل بیت کا دعویٰ ہے اور انہیں پہ سجدہ سجدہ ہے. قبر سے جنت تک لے جانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، قبر سے جنت تک لے جانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، حکم خدا سے اٹھ جا کہہ کر مردے جلاتے تھے عیسیٰ، حکم خدا سے اٹھ جا کہہ کر مردے جلاتے تھے عیسیٰ، ٹھوکر سے مردے کو جگانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، ٹھوکر سے مردے کو جلانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، قتل مرحب فاتح خیبر اور پھر در کا بلال ناپل، قتل مرحب فاتح خیبر پھر در کو بنا لینا پل، کام ہے یہ خالص مردانہ سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، مرد یہ داور جنا کے مالک ہے منگوا سکتے ہیں، مرد یہ داور جنا کے مالک ہی منگوا سکتے ہیں، جنت سے جوڑے منگوانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، ایک سال بعد عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، سینوں میں یہ نور بسانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، تخت حکومت باغ فدق اور خمس دبا جو چاہے، تخت حکومت باغ فدق اور خمس دبا جو چاہے، اپنا سب کچھ حق پر لوٹانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، اپنا سب کچھ حق پہ لوٹانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، تقلو سے آپ ہے یہ صفت جعفر خاص عنایت میسم کی، آپ ہے یہ صفت جعفر خاص عنایت میسم کے، مد علی ہر جگہ سنانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، عشق علی کا بار اٹھانا سب کو بس کی بات نہیں، سینوں میں یہ نور بسانا سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، صلوات
جزاک اللہ، ماشاء اللہ، یہ تھے اولاد بھائی، سب کے بس کی بات نہیں، انہی کے کلام کے طفیل ہم شہید سبت جعفر کی روح کو ایک بلند آواز سے صلوات پیش کرتے ہیں. اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد وعجل فرجہم. Now we're going to move on to next reciter. Before that, I just want to inform the listener on the online. They are taking part, and also the youth here sitting, Nurani youth front of me, came from heaven. So I welcome you all once again for Jashan. And please recite the loud salawat for all the guests here. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajah. This is the voice of MOMIN, Brother Aulad Hussain. May Allah protect him always. He's here. And also the Azrabaji. And now the second reciter also, we can say, voice of MOMIN or Shair of Islamic Center of MOMIN. No need any introduction. And Sayyid Naushad Rizvi, I'm going to invite him with your loud salawat to recite the mankabat. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
اتنی استطاعت دی ہے کہ تھوڑا بہت پڑھ لیتا ہوں. السلام علیکم مومنین. مبارک ہو مباہلہ. بہت بڑی فتح کا دن ہے کہ پنجتن کی فتح ہوئی، مومنین کی فتح ہوئی. اور وہ جو نجرانی تھے، جو کرسچن جو کہلاتے ہیں، وہ کتنے سمجھدار لوگ تھے کہ مولا کے پنجتن کے رتبے کو اور مرتبے کو وہ سمجھے اور وہ ریٹریٹ کرے. ہم نہ سمجھے تو مسلمان نہ سمجھے. ایک صلوات پڑھ دیجیے. صلی علی محمد علی محمد. محبت ہے آپ کی. ارے بیدم یہی تو 5 ہیں مقصود کائنات. خیر النساء حسن حسین مصطفیٰ علی. آ جاؤ سچوں کے ساتھ کہ مباہلہ ہے. آئے پنجتن ایک ساتھ کہ مباہلہ ہے. اور ہو جاؤ تم بھی سچوں کے ساتھ کربلائی. دو پھر سچے کو مبارکباد کہ عید مباہلہ ہے. نہ تیر لائے نہ تلوار لے کے آئے تھے. نہ تیر لائے نہ تلوار لے کے آئے تھے. نہ ساتھ لشکر جرار لے کے آئے تھے. شکست مان لی باطل نے جنگ سے پہلے. رسول اپنے ساتھ وہ کردار لے کے آئے تھے. صلوات پڑھ دیجیے. اللہم صلی علی محمد علی وآل محمد. ایک لڑی میں جو پرویا، جو قرینہ نظر آیا اور باطل کے چہرے پہ پسینہ نظر آیا. پار لگ گئی اسلام کی کشتی بابر. مباہلے میں جو پنجتن کا سفینہ نظر آیا. اور پڑھی جو غور سے تاریخ ہو گیا یہ آیا. مباہلے میں فتح و ظفر کا راز پنہا. حسن حسین کو دیکھا تو بولے عیسائی مقابلہ کرے ان سے ہمیں مجال کہاں. اب مباہلے کے لیے آئے جب گھر والے، مگر یہ بات بھی ہے تھے بہت نظر والے. ہر ایک کو دیکھا کہا اب مقابلہ نہ کرو. رسول چھانٹ کے لائے ہیں اپنے گھر والے. احمد بھی تھے، علی بھی، حسن بھی اور حسین بھی. پہچان پنجتن کی بنا سیدہ کا نور. ہوتی جو اور بیٹیاں میرے حضور کی، لاتے مباہلے میں انہیں مصطفیٰ ضرور. اس کاروان خیر میں آگے چلے رسول. پیچھے تھی ممکنات کی ایک مالکن بطور. خیر النساء کے بعد علی نور باوسور. और सरवर के पाक हाथ में इस्मत का पाक फूल। लिपटा हुआ नबी से नबूवत का ज़ैन था, सीने में दिल था, दिल में धड़कता हुसैन था। सलवात।
जज़ाकल्लाह नौशाद भाई, खुदा आपको अपनी हिज़्ज़-मान में रखे। नौशाद भाई की दर्जात की बुलंदी के लिए एक सलवात भेज दीजिए। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ले अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद वअज्जिल फरजहum. Before I invite the Maulana, a few of the announcement. As you all know, inshallah, tomorrow is day of Friday, the Friday Salat at 1:35 p.m. Adhan, inshallah, followed by khutbah and followed by Salat led by Maulana Mirza Beg. And Saturday night, there is an online program of Isale Sawab for Marhum Dr. Haider Ali Mithani. It's online program starting at 9 with the recitation of Surah Yasin, followed by So Salam and Marsiya by Razali Bhai, and followed by speech Maulana Irtaza Hussain Naqvi Sahab. It will be in Urdu, inshallah. It's online program, Saturday night. The Sunday is a very important day of general body meeting. If you are the member, it's due on your shoulder to attend, because once a year, since we have a COVID for last year and a half, we didn't get the opportunity to do the general body meeting. It's necessary to all the member. We are doing our best to conduct that meeting, accommodating the people. Even you are old, you don't have a shot, or you feel ill, we have all the arrangement made outside to feel comfortable. Sit, we're going to put the tent in. And if you are feeling sick and you are the member of the general body, please do show up. We'll take your roll call and you can sit in the car. We're going to make the arrangement. You can see the proceeding of the general body and you can vote from there. But please, please, I'm requesting all of the general body members, the people are listening online, to attend and make this general body meeting a quorum full, so we can address the MOMIN and talk about the issues of the MOMIN, inshallah. With that, today is the 5th of August, one of the darkest day of the Shia history in Pakistan. We lost our leader today, 33 years ago, Shaheed Arif Hussain al-Hussaini, by the terrorist attack in the mosque and killed. The Shaheed's biography or the work, it's all around the social medias. He was the leader, he was the alim, and I don't have a word to say, but this is the one of the darkest day for the Shia community in Pakistan. So today, just remember, and also the sponsorship for tonight, Niyaz, for Isale Sawab, of course, for Shaheed Arif Hussain al-Hussaini. I'd like to request you all to recite Surah Al-Hamd and 3 times Surah Ikhlas for this Mard Mujahid who gave his blood on the line of the Hussain and Ahl-Bayt. Please recite the Salawat and recite the Surah Fatiha for his ruh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Alladhina an'amta 'alayhim ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Just a reminder, inshallah, from Monday night, 9th of August, the first night of Muharram, most probably, it's depending on the moon sighting, but it will be most likely the moon sighting around the world is showing. It will be very visible in US. So Tuesday will be the first of month of Muharram al-Haram, and 19th of August will be Ashura. It's most probably. Once again, it's all depending on the moon sighting, but the signs are saying it will be Tuesday morning will be the first of Muharram. So Islamic Center MOMIN are starting Majalis from 9th, which is Monday. The first Majlis on Monday night, and then we'll go till the Ziyarat, inshallah. We're blessed to have Mirza Muhammad Abbas from UK. He's coming to address the Mu'mineen in English and Urdu. The program, as you all see, the emails, inshallah, we start at 7:15 with the recitation of Quran and Ziyarat Ashura. The first will be the English Majlis, and then we take a break for Salat Maghrib, and right after that we start the So Salam and Marsiya, and with Urdu Majlis, inshallah. Both of the Majlises will be addressed by the Maulana Mirza Abbas. So all the Mu'mineen are requested to attend those Majalis, and also if you like to sponsor any day or help out on any way, any shape, please do contact any EC member, especially Brother Dabir Haider. He's here. He already made the Excel sheet to sign up. So please do contact him for any kind of help you can give to MOMIN. With that, once again, we are blessed to have Maulana Mirza Beg among us. After such a beautiful lecture on Eid-e-Ghadir Day, wow, it was amazing, the side of the Eid-e-Ghadir. Maula, keep him safe and prolong his life. I like to request Maulana Mirza Beg come to the minbar and address the Mu'mineen, inshallah, with the loud salawat. Allah.
اللهم صل على محمد. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، سيما بقية الله الأعظم، روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Bi'sat of Rasulullah, when he announced Islam, it was an explosion of light, an explosion that just kept on expanding and going in every direction. And through all the events that happened after the Bi'sat and Mab'as of Rasulullah and the Islam spreading, through all the difficulties that happened, many messages were sent to many groups of people, many nations, many religious groups as well as political groups with an invitation to come and accept the message that was brought by the Messenger of Allah from Allah. These messages went to the East and the West, to all the great empires, to all the people that existed, and to all the people of religions and groups of religions that accepted. And the invitation was very clear that the message of truth is in one God, in Tawheed, and that the thinking of Tawheed, the idea of Tawheed was there, but the character, the thinking, the lifestyle of Tawheed was not there. And hence, people had an idea that there is God, but the concept of Tawheed wasn't there, that there is only one God, that true God, and that defines a person's outlook and how he thinks and what he does. So as this message was given to everyone and the invitation was sent to everyone, one of the invitations that went was to the Christian world. The Christian world was sent an invitation. He sent different people to go to different places and take the message there. Now, one such major hub of Christianity was in Yemen. Now, if you don't know Yemen, and you see that Allah mentions the Christians of Yemen in the ayat of the Quran, they are known in the Quran as Ashabul Ukhdud. Ashabul Ukhdud are those Christians who, for the faith that they have, and for the soundness of their faith and the aqidah that they have in their faith, they were massacred by a Jewish ruler by the name of Dhu Nivas. And this Ashab al-Ukhdud, they were put in a ditch and they were all burned alive. But they did not turn away from their faith. They stuck to their faith. And Allah praises them in the Quran and says that they do have faith, and tells and gives their example to us as faithful people, people who have Iman. So now you see a major hub of Christianity that Allah praised in the Quran. Not people who are fake, not people who, for example, nowadays you see take the name of Jesus, say they're Christians, but they're actually not. It's not like that. Allah praises them for having faith in the Quran, in their religion, in their ideology, to such an extent that they would die for it. And they did die for it. So those are the type of people that you are dealing with in Yemen. And that was the base of Yemen, and the Christians of Yemen was Najran. Najran was the base of those people. These are not people, for example, who don't care about religion. They cared about religion. That's why of all the people that Rasulullah sent an invitation to, you see very few people actually looked into this message. Actually, very few people even came to Rasulullah and said, okay, let's see what's going on. What are you trying to say? You see that? And so, because these people were faithful, because these people actually believed in their deen, when they heard the message that this is the truth, and we are offering you the truth, a better truth than what you have, a better message than what you have, then they were inquisitive. And the people, not just the religious people, even the people who are like businessmen, were interested. Really? Is someone claiming to have a better truth? Then let's look into it and see. And we need to find out. Because to them it would be wrong for them to hear a message of truth and someone saying that they have the truth and not pay attention to it. So here, the first thing, before we go into Mubahila, before we even get into Mubahila, is to understand who these people are that are coming to Rasulullah. We need to know these people. They're not people who, for example, don't take it seriously, because if they didn't take it seriously, they wouldn't even pay attention, especially make a group to come here. Why would they go through all that trouble to put themselves at risk? Because they're faithful. You see, in my experience, I saw this. There are certain people who are faithful and they will put themselves on the line. There were a group of Christians, for example, that we used to debate with. Now, these Christians, they came to us. They came to a masjid, and they wanted to find out what we say, and they wanted to discuss about the religions. We really want to know what you say, and we want to know this. Now, I appreciated that fact, that they came, that they took the step to come. You know, who else is going to come into a masjid? They came, you know how they came? Not just they came to our masjid, no, they went to, there was another masjid they went to. Now, when they went to that masjid and they introduced themselves and they said, let's talk about this and that, right? The people at that masjid, they got up to fight them physically, and they ran them away from the masjid. Now, after they were run out of one masjid, then they came to, which was our masjid, the Shia masjid. I mean, listen, if you are run out of one place, right, you wouldn't want to go back there and get run out again and beaten up again. But you see, they were faithful to their faith. Whether it's right or wrong, that's not the issue. The fact is that they were faithful. And faithful people, you then have the obligation to accept them, to talk to them, to give them their proper due. This is your job now. That's why when they came to Rasulullah, I mean, these people were first faithful, and when they came to Rasulullah, in the masjid of Rasulullah, they asked Rasulullah that we want to pray. Rasulullah allowed them to pray in the masjid. So Christians prayed in Masjid al-Rasul. They prayed in Masjid al-Rasul, and he allowed them to pray there. Now, the other companions didn't like that. They didn't like that. Like they will not like many things about Mubahila. But the fact is that you see that they were allowed to do that because these people were faithful, and Rasulullah was giving them the chance to show themselves, to come forward, and he was giving their proper respect because they were faithful in their own deen. So now when these people come to Rasulullah, they make a delegation. On behalf, because that was a Christian hub, it was recognized by the Byzantine Empire, which is the Roman Empire, to be our Christian hub there. And the bishop there was by the name of Abu Haritha. He was the bishop, the grand bishop. Not only him, but also the financial leader, meaning the president, by the name of Abdul Masih. He also came because they were all interested to find out, to be a part of this, to see this discussion. Like, we want to go there and see what he has to say and to prove to them that Isa is right. That's what they came for. So now when they did come there, and at first, when they came there, you see, one of the issues about, you will see this in any batil religion, right? Any batil idea, you will see this, is that they try to attract the people by everything other than what they believe in. For example, they will make big churches that are very impressive. They will wear very expensive clothes. They will have jewelry. They will have all of these other type of grandeur things to enchant the people with. For example, when we go out to do dawah, we go out with the message that there is one God, He is your God, and accept him for your own good. But when others go out, they make sure they bring a dentist with them, to make sure they'll do your dental work for free, and they'll also, build schools for you and do all these other things for you. Why are they doing these things for you? Because it's through these things they want to attract people towards themselves. If they had the truth, you wouldn't need these things. That's why those who come to Ahlul Bayt, when they come to Ahlul Bayt, there's no attraction for anything that is of this world. In fact, if you become a Shia, you are going to lose your chance of maybe even getting married. Right? That's what happens. You look at the situation. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq said to someone, he said to someone who says, I want to be your Shia, he says, are you ready for problems then? Are you ready to face difficulties? I mean, we can ask the Imam, what kind of way is that to attract people to come? You're going to make him run away. The fact is that we are not attracting them towards dunya. Allah is not attracting them, hey, listen, if you come here, you're going to get dunya. There is no attraction for dunya when the truth is concerned. The truth itself is attractive. Even though our dunya might lose, we will lose our dunya probably. Even though we might lose it, but the truth is attractive. That's why someone who's searching for truth will find the truth. Like Hur found Hussein at the sacrifice of all his dunya. It doesn't matter. This is who we are looking for, people who want to know the truth. So these people, when they came to Rasulullah, so right away they dressed up for the occasion. They, because that's how they come. They have their grand dresses, the jewelry on, the gold and everything and all of these things. And they came to meet the Prophet like that. When they came to meet the Prophet like that, and Rasulullah saw them like this entourage with these grand dresses and jewelry and all these things, right away Rasulullah turned away from them and walked out. He didn't even give them the importance. And these people were like, we came all the way here and this is how we are treated. And all of these things, So what happened is that, these people, they went, to some people they knew in Medina, which was Uthman and Abdurrahman ibn Auf, right? They knew these people. So what happened is they went to them because they were businessmen and they knew these people and they said, what's going on and this and that, right? And we don't know. But then Imam Ali informed them that, listen, if you want to come and meet the Prophet, then you come as people who believe in God. And those who do believe in God, they come with humility, not with arrogance. And this state of yours is a state of ego and arrogance. And we don't accept that. We don't believe in that. My friends, you see, here's a delegation of people. There's a risk of losing these people. There's a risk of losing this. Rasulullah did not care. Lose them. You are the one at loss. And that's why if you look at truth, that's how truth deals with. If the West comes to you with all the offers that they make, and if you see that an Islamic country is saying that, no, if you want to come to us, you come as equals. Don't come as superpowers. Otherwise, you are not going to deal with you. And everyone's like, but you know what? If you lose them, you're going to be in trouble. It doesn't matter if you're going to be in trouble or not. What matters is that we stand for truth. We stand for Allah. We don't need any of these things. A person of truth is like that. Rasulullah was like that. I don't need any of you. If you come like this arrogantly, I'm sorry, then we don't meet. The next day, they took off their jewelry and everything and they came humbly. They came to Rasulullah, and then Rasulullah met them. He respected them. He showed them respect. Okay, come, discussed with them, and the discussion went on. Now the discussion is what we are about. Now these people, when they came there, one, they're faithful people. That's why they came there. They're serious. Right? They're not people who just came here to see what, take a vacation. They spend all this money coming here. There's a risk that they might get hurt. They are coming into a Muslim-run government. There's a fear there, but they came there. So when they came there, now the discussion started. The discussion started. And obviously, their issue was that Isa, astaghfirullah, is the son of God or God himself, in the form, which the Christians believe in. And Rasulullah was saying that this idea of yours is wrong. This is a wrong understanding you have. This is not the way it is. There's only one God. One God, Isa is the messenger of Allah. And so, now Allah was sending ayat. Ayat upon ayat came in order to give answer to their faith. And these ideas were given. Now, if all the arguments came down, then they did not accept it. They did not acknowledge it. They refused to do that. So, in that case, Allah sends down this ayat, which is the ayat of Mubahila. He says, فَمَنْ حَاجَكَ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْإِلْمِ. Anyone who now argues and resists accepting the truth after proof has come down, after logical and reasonable proof has come down, and you have been proven in your own mind that this is right. You see, my friends, ilm here is not in the meaning of ilm of ayat or wahi. This ilm that Allah is saying is the ilm of aql, meaning that Allah gave you arguments and proofs that are logical and reasoning, because reasoning is something that we all share in the world. Everyone has reasoning. Everyone knows 1 + 1 is 2. So now when all of these things are together, and when all of these things come together, and the proof came to us, then anyone who argues after that shows that they are resisting their own aql and their own reasoning in order to safeguard the prejudice that they have in their heart. Meaning now they're up to just prejudice. I'm just a narrow-minded person, I'm just a prejudiced person, and I don't want to accept the truth, even though you have proven me that I'm wrong. So when that happens, Allah says, okay, you know what? If this is the case, let's do Mubahila. Mubahila means let's curse each other. You curse me, I curse you. This was a way that used to happen then. And when he said that, and obviously this event of Mubahila proves a lot of things for us. In Islam, in our Usul al-Din, it proves a lot of things. It establishes a lot of things, the way that it is said. Now you know the history. I'm not going to repeat the history for you. I'm just going to make a few points here that we see are happening. Send the salawats. As a side note here, right? Did you know that, amongst all the Muslims, the most authentic hadith, which is the most authentic hadith, meaning the most narrators of that hadith have sent down, is the hadith which says, innamal amal bin niyat. That actions are depending on the niyat. This hadith has been narrated by 60 narrators. 60 different people have narrated this hadith from Rasulullah. So it makes it authentic. It makes it that there's no doubt that it has to be from Rasulullah. That's known as mutawatir. This is the height of mutawatir. Whenever ulama, Shia Sunni, when they give the example of mutawatir hadith, innamal amal bin niyat comes. This hadith is always mentioned because it has 60 narrators, more than any other hadith. My friends, this is more than any other hadith. Sheikh Amini, Allama Amini, when he wrote Ghadir, he has counted 110 narrators for the hadith of Ghadir. Wow. Twice as much as the most mutawatir hadith. Twice as much, right? There are 60 in Innamal Amal bin Niyat, 60 narrators, and Mubahila has 70 narrators. More than the most mutawatir hadith. is Mubahila. Just as a side note for you to know that there are more people who have narrated this event than any other hadith from Rasulullah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So the ayat goes on like this. It says that now if you are arguing with us without any basis, then let's do Mubahila. You call your children, we will call our children. You call your women, we will call our women. You call yourselves, and we will call ourselves. So this is how it began. And then we'll do Mubahila after that. We'll curse each other. So that was the whole idea behind it. They accepted it. The Christians said, all right, sure, let's do it. Now they said we need time. So the time was given. Tomorrow morning is the time for us to do this. And they went back to their camp. When they went back to the camp, they were having a discussion. They were saying, okay, let's deal with this now. Now, in them were a lot of people who had a lot of money. You know, Abdul Masih was the leader. Now, he doesn't want to be cursed out and, truly an azab comes on him. They're afraid of that. They truly have a fear of having the azab of Allah on them. So they then are having a discussion, what should we do tomorrow? So the bishop, Abdul Haris, he says to them that, listen, here's what we'll do. First, this person is sitting for Mubahila like the Anbiya said. He thinks he's a prophet. Anbiya do these type of things. They make a challenge to you and they said, come on, I challenge you. Others don't do that. All right, if that's the case, then what? Then here's the thing. If he comes with all his forces, with all the people of Medina, with many people in Medina, if he comes with all of them, then you know what? Let's go ahead and do Mubahila. Because if he is depending on others for his own truthfulness, then it means that he is not truthful. But if he's truthful, then he will only bring himself and those who are dear to him, those who are close to him. Only they will come out. And if they come out, then you know what? We don't do Mubahila, because only true messengers do such things. They put themselves on the line, not others. This is really something that if you want to understand this, look at Imam Hussein and you'll see this. See what Imam Hussein is saying? He's saying that, these people want to kill me. They don't want to kill you. You can save your life. You can go from here. He told his companions, right? He said, go, you can go from here. I don't want you to get killed on my behalf. I don't want you to get hurt on my behalf. They want to kill me. In fact, take my children also with you. This is a person who's true. I will go there and get killed myself. I am fine with that. You see, a person who is going to go for jihad or to challenge, he doesn't want others to get hurt because of him. He says, I will go there and do this. And I'm certain and confident about myself and my truth. This is the same way that he said, this idea that Abdul Harisa said, that listen, this is the idea. If he comes by himself or with his own people, then beware. He is truth and you are going to get killed. So they went out there. And the next day what happened? They were all waiting for Rasulullah to come out. The Christians were waiting and also the Muslims were waiting because everyone was dressed up with, perfumes and everything, thinking that they would be going with Rasulullah for this. But when Rasulullah came out, he refused to take anyone, and Rasulullah came out with his team. He came out with his team. They saw Rasulullah walking ahead, and they were thinking, who else is with him? They saw that he had Fatima behind him, and behind her was Imam Ali. Imam Hassan was held in the right hand of the Prophet. Imam Hussein was held on the left hand of the Prophet. You see this formation first. Let me just explain this formation to you. My friends, see this formation. Imam Hassan was on the right hand. Imam Hussein was on the left hand in his lap. He was holding him up. Imam Hassan was walking next to him in his right hand. Bibi Fatima was behind. Imam Ali was at the end. Ahlul Bayt came out like this to show that Ahlul Bayt have a head that's named Rasulullah. He's at the head of the caravan. Ahlul Bayt has a back, which is the protector of Ahlul Bayt, which is Ali. Ahlul Bayt have a nucleus whose name is Fatima, that is in the middle. Ahlul Bayt have a right hand, which is Hassan, that Rasulullah is holding in his right hand. And Ahlul Bayt have a heart, that is Hussein, who is next to the heart of Rasulullah. Understand this, because the heart is on the left-hand side. And he kept Hussein there. And this formation was made in order for them to come out, to show who are the people that are going to represent Allah. And when they came out, the Christians understood right away, because they had already decided, we are not going to do Mubahila if he comes out with his family, and that's it. They are not going to do that. They obviously refused to do that. They accepted the terms for that. When you look at this, my friends, this Ahlul Bayt, when they came out, they won the spiritual battle and proved to the world of Muslims that the A-team of Islam is Ahlul Bayt. They're the A-team. Victory of Islam is only and only going to come through the A-team. If you send any other team out, we need to understand this, because a lot of people, they do not understand who to give credit to in victories. For example, when they won the battle of Badr, the Muslims were saying, we won, we won. He said, no, you didn't win. Ali won. You were sitting down there. Why are you taking the credit? What did you do? That's what happens. I mean, even now we see, for example, the Olympics are going on and say, hey, we won the gold. No, you didn't win the gold. The people who are working there won the gold. You were sitting down watching TV with popcorn in your hand. You didn't do anything to win that. It was they who won it. We take the credit for things that these superstars do, and we feel proud about it. But we need to give credit where credit is due. When you look at Ahlul Bayt, they are the champions of Islam. If you take them away from Islam, then there won't be anything left in Islam except for defeat. That won't be Islam anymore. This is what that Mubahila is proving to us. Not just Mubahila, every other war you see, wherever Imam Ali was a part of that war, wherever Ahlul Bayt were a part of that war, you see that Islam won victory. It gained respect and honor. But whenever you took them out, whenever you minus them, then what happens in that? Nothing except for failure, except for humiliation, except for zulm on others. That's another way of losing, by doing zulm on others. And this is what happens, my friends, when you take Ahlul Bayt out. If Muslims could just realize that, then there would be nothing that can humiliate Muslims, no matter where and in what era they live in. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. My friends, this is the first thing that Mubahila proved, that this is the A-team of Islam. They are the ones that whenever harm is going to come to Islam, you go to them and they will protect Islam for you. And even today, that's what they're doing. Who is protecting the honor of Islam? except for Ahlul Bayt and the followers of Ahlul Bayt. Whenever there's an attack on Islam, which ulama are standing up against zulm? Who's standing up against Israel when Israel is attacking the Muslim world? Which people are these? Aren't these the followers of Ahlul Bayt? When people write and humiliate the Prophet and disrespect the Prophet, who is the one giving the fatwas to condemn those people who humiliate the Prophet? Isn't this us who are doing it? Whenever there is a need for Islam, you will see it will be Ahlul Bayt that will be there to save. No one, my friends, Mubahila is this, no one can ever give any victory to Islam other than Ahlul Bayt and the deen of Ahlul Bayt. The more that so-called Islam grows without Ahlul Bayt, it is more zulm than adl. There is no adl there. There is no justice there. It will be just zulm. That's why it is really important for us to understand, Muslims to understand, Allah gave this to them as a victory over every other religion and every other people. If you take them away, you will always be humiliated, no matter how many numbers you are. It doesn't matter how many numbers you are, you will always be humiliated. This is Mubahila. So the first thing of Mubahila is the fact that Ahlul Bayt are the champions of Islam. They are the ones that we, and even today, their teachings, we are the ones who are defending Islam. When Islam is in danger, we go forward to say things. Otherwise, all the countries that you see that are so-called Muslims are now slaves of kufr and superpowers. Look at them. They're just slaves of them, selling Islam. Saudi Arabia, look at them. They're selling Muslims to the kuffar. This is Mubahila. When we look at what is Mubahila, Ahlul Bayt, wherever they are, they will defend Islam, even if their teachings are with us in our hearts. The way that they have given it to us is that we will go forward to defend Islam. Because that is Ahlul Bayt. They have taught us that. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. This is the only time Mubahila happened in Islam. Mubahila is allowed. We can even do that today. We can do Mubahila today. In fact, the method of Mubahila was shown by our Imams. A person by the name of Abu Masruq went to Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. And he said that, I was speaking to some of the Muslims here, and in regards to some of the ayat of the Quran, which have come down for Ahlul Bayt, like, for example, the ayat that إِنَّمَا وَلِيُّكُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ, which is about Imam Ali, that he gave zakat in the state of ruku. That ayat, I said, this ayat came down, and they started arguing with me that, no, this is about MOMINin. This is about MOMINin. All right? I said, how about that ayat, لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. He said, no, this is about Muslims. They're arguing with me that this is about Muslims. They don't want to accept anything. I'm trying to tell them that, how come this is about... I gave them all the arguments. They don't want to accept it. So Imam Jafar Sadiq told Abu Masruq, okay then, if that's the case, do Mubahila with them. Go and do Mubahila with them. Abu Masruq said, but how can I do Mubahila? I mean, what's the way of doing Mubahila? So Imam Sadiq told us the method of how to do Mubahila. He said that, okay, 3 days, do Islah of yourself. Fast, pray, make dua to Allah. Do Islah of yourself for 3 days. Take ghusl. Cleanse yourself first. Then ask those people to come out in an open land. And then put your fingers, open your fingers up, and put your fingers in his fingers. Put your fingers in his fingers. And then he gave this dua to make, which says that Allahumma Rabb as-samawati sab wa Rabb al-ardina sab alim al-ghayb wa shahada ar-Rahman ar-Rahim kana. Now he says Abu Masruq. Abu Masruq meaning, for example, I say Maulana Beg, jahada haqqan wa idda'a batilan. If I, Maulana Beg or Abu Masruq, is resisting the truth and claiming batil, then send an azab on me. Send your azab on me. And if that person is resisting the truth and saying batil, then send an azab on this person with name. Fulan, whatever his name is. Make this dua, and Imam Jafar Sadiq said that Allah will respond to you right away. Allah will respond to you right away. And that's it, my friends. This is what Mubahila is there for us to do, but you know what? We can do it, but only one time Mubahila happened. And that was all that was necessary. Because till today, the message of Mubahila is existing in our heart through all the Imams who have showed us that when Deen is in trouble, when attack is being done on Deen and Rasulullah and the Sha'air of Allah, then Ahlul Bayt and the followers of Ahlul Bayt will always be there to defend Islam, and that is us. We have to stand up, because that is something we learned from Mubahila. If we don't stand up to defend Islam, then we betray Mubahila. This is what Mubahila is. It is a living reminder to us that we, in the teachings of Ahlul Bayt that have given us this self-dignity and respect that they will never accept humiliation. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq and the blessing to be on the right paths, the wisdom to understand your guidance, hasten the reappearance of our Imam, make us his helper when he comes. Wa akhir ad-dawana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Allahumma. Okay. Inshallah, if there's any questions you have, I can answer the questions,
10 minutes left, so if you have any questions.
In regards to anything that you might want to ask, we still have time, they said, so. Inshallah, we'll make wudu and inshallah have a seat, for prayer. Ya Allah. Salawat.
Jazakallah. Inshallah, 8:40, we're going to give the adhan, followed by after the Salat al-Maghrib and inshallah Dua-e-Kumayl. We'll be right by the Hussain Bhai. Hussain is here, so inshallah, Brother Daniel, we give the adhan. 8:40, 10 minutes. Actually, it's now just 6 minutes left.
الله أكبر الله أكبر
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
If you come this way to make a connection for the sister, sorry, Maulana. हाँ मैं
If you two can come on this side, right? Make this line full up here in that two spots so the ladies can get a connection. Yes, thank you. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على خير الأمل هيا على خير الأمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمد الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد كذلك الله ربي الله أكبر اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمد الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بحول الله الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمد الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد Ali Muhammad.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إلهي بخس صفاتك وبعز جلالك بعظم أسمائك وباسمة أنبيائك بنور أوليائك وبدم شهدائك وبمدد علمائك وبدعاء صلحائك ومناجاة فقرائك نسألك زيادة في العلم والصحة في الجسم وطولا في العمر في طاعتك وسعة في الرزق وتوبة قبل الموت وراحة عند الموت ومغفرة بعد الموت ونورا في القبر ونجاة من النار ودخولا في الجنة وعافية من كل بلاء الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة بحق محمد وأهل بيت طيبين الطاهرين المعصومين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد.
Before we start the Satrisha, there is a few Mominin or Mominat are ill and ailing, especially father-in-law of Brother Hussain, recite the dua here every time, and also wife of Brother Akhtar Bojani, and other Mominin and Mominat who are in the need of our prayers. I'm going to request Maulana to recite Ayat Karima for all of the Mominin and Mominat.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء 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 اللهم صل على استغفر الله الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير الأمل حي على خير الأمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله استغفر الله الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته يقوم وأقعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد كذلك الله ربي الله أكبر اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بحول الله وقوته الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته قم وأقعد الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء. يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك العساب. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقام. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك واستشفع بك إلى نفسك، وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك، وأن توزعني شكرك، وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع، أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا، وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك وعلى مكانك وخفي مكروك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك، ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا، ولا لقبائحي ساترا، ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيرك. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي وتجرأت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترته، وكم من فادح من البلاء أقلته، وكم من عثار وقيته، وكم من مكروه دفعته، وكم من ثناء جميل لست آلا له نشرته. اللهم عظم بلائي وأفرط بي سوء حالي، وقصرت بي أعمالي، وقعدت بي أغلالي، وحبسني عن نفعي بعد آمالي، وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بجنايتها ومطالي. يا سيدي فأسألك بعزتك ألا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي، ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت علي من سري، ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا، وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لي غيرك أسأله كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي، ولا أحترس فيه من تزيين عدوي، فغرني بما أهوى وأسعده على ذلك القضاء، فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعد حدودك. وخالفت بعض أوامرك، فلك الحمد علي في جميع ذلك، ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاءك، وألزمني حكمك وبلاغك، وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي، معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا، مستغفرا منيبا، مقرا مذعنا معترفا، لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني، ولا مفزعا أتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ظني، وفكني من شدي وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني، يا رب ارحم ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي، يا من بدا خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي، هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالف برك بي. يا إلهي وسيدي وربي، أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك، وبعد من طوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك، وليجى به لساني من ذكرك، واعتقده ضميري من حبك، وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيتك، أنت أكرم من أن تضيع من ربيته، أو تبعد من أدنيته، أو تشرد من آويته، أو تسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمته. وليت شعري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي، أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدة، وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك صادقة، وبشكرك مادحة، وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققة، وعلى ضمائر حوت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة، وعلى جوارح سعت إلى أوطان تعبدك طائعة، وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنة. ما هكذا الظن بك، ولا أخبرنا بفضلك عنك. يا كريم يا رب يا كريم، وأنت تعلم ضعفي القليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها، وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه، قليل مكثور يسير بقاء قصير مدته. فكيف احتمالي لبلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها، وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله، لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك، وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض. يا سيدي فكيف لي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين المستكين. يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي، لأي الأمور إليك أشكو، ولما من هذا الجوع أبكي لأليم العذاب وشدته، أم لطول البلاء ومدته، فلئن صيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائك وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك وفرغت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك، فهبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي. صبرت على عذابك فكيف أصبر على فراقك، وهبني يا إلهي صبرت على حر نارك فكيف أصبر عن النظر إلى كرامتك. أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجائي عفوك، فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لأضجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج الآمنين، ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين، ولأبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين، ولو نادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين، يا غاية آمال العارفين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا غياث يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، ويا إله العالمين. أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته، وذاق طعم عذابها بمعصيته، وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته، وهو يضج إليك ضجيج مؤمل لرحمتك، ويناديك بلسان لتوحيدك، ويتوسل إليك بربوبيتك. يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك؟ أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمتك؟ أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه؟ أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفه؟ أم كيف يتغلغل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه؟ أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب؟ أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها فتتركه فيها؟ هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك، ولا المعروف من فضلك، ولا مشبه لما عاملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك. فباليقين أغتع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاحديك، وقضيت به من إخلاد محامديك، لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما، وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما. لكنك تقدست أسماؤك، أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين، وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين، وأن تجل ثناؤك، قلت مبتدئا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما، أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون. إلهي وسيدي، فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من علي أجريتها، أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملته، كتمته أو أعلنته، أخفيته أو أظهرته، وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي، وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم، وبرحمتك أخفيت وبفضلك سترت، وأن توفر حظي من كل خير أنزلت أو إحسان فضلت أو بر نشرت أو رزق بسطت أو ذنب تغفر أو خطأ تستر يا ربي. يا ربي يا ربي يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رقي، يا من بيده ناصيتي، يا عليما بضري ومسكنتي، يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي، يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب، أسألك بحقك وقدسك وأعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي من الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورة وبخدمتك موصولة وأعمالي عندك مقبولة، حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا، وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا. يا سيدي يا من عليه محملي، يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي، يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي، قبض على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العزيمة جوارحي، وهب لي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك، حتى أسرح إليك في ميادين السابق وأسرع إليك في البارز، واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاق، وأدنو منك دنو المخلص، وأخافك مخافة الموقنين، واجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين. اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرد، ومن كادني فكن، واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك، وأقربهم منزلة منك، وأخصهم زلفة لديك، فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك. وجد لي بجودك، وعطف علي بمجدك، واحفظني برحمتك، واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا، وقلبي بحبك متيما، ومن علي بحسن إجابتك، وأقلني عثرتي، واغفر زلتي، فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك، وأمرتهم بدعائك، وضمنت لهم الإجابة. فإليك يا ربي نصبت وجهي، وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي، فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي، وبلغ لي منائي، ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي، واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي. يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء، فإنك فعال لما تشاء. يا من اسمه دواء، وذكره شفاء، وطاعته غناء، يرحم من رأس مال ذي الرجاء، وسلاحه البكاء. يا سابغ النقم، يا دافع النقم، يا نور المستوحشين في الظلام، يا عالما لا يعلم، صل على محمد وآل محمد، وافعل بي ما أنت له. وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله، وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Please recite 5 times آية عما يجيب لشفاء كل المؤمنين إن شاء الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. عما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح النبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا صار الله وابن صاره والمثل الموتور. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أنزل متك ولعن الله أمة سميت بذلك فرزيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعام الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرزي الزكي الهادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والعروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسوله أني بكم مؤمن بكم موقن بشراء الدين وخواتيم أملي وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متابع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. وأبي أنت وأمي يا ابن رسول الله. وأبي أنت وأمي يا أبا عبد الله. لقد أزمت الرزية وجلت المصيبة بك علينا وعلى جميع أهل السماوات والأرض. فلعن الله أمة أسرجت والجماد وتحيت لقتالك. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، كسدت حرمك وأتيت إلى مشهدك. أسأل الله بشأن الذي لك عنده وبالمحل الذي لك لدي أن يصلي على محمد وآل محمد وأن يجعلني معكم في الدنيا